Hello, artists. We are about to begin our final unit of the semester, our choice-based summative art projects. As a review, the way that we create our art is by ideating. Here's an example of some ideation from the past. Planning, where we draw what we think we will create, list the supplies we want to use, and write a description of what we're wanting to make. After we plan, you are required to conference with me so that I can tell you if you are on the way to earning an A, because that is what everyone should be aiming for. After conferencing, you will make your actual project. You will create. In this example, this artist made a rough draft and then traced it onto some other paper and added color. I just love this piece. This is gorgeous. We can pause to talk about it if y'all are interested. We'll come back to that actually. And then reflect on the work that you have done so far. To help us with ideating, or another word that you can call it is envisioning. In order to help us with that, we are going to make some idea machines. So look, over on this side are all different nouns that I like. People, places, things, and ideas. Over on this side are a bunch of different adjectives that I thought were interesting, or I didn't even know what all of them meant. I can always look it up, because this whole idea machine is about getting you to think of new combinations of things you hadn't considered before. So here's how it works. I'm going to focus first on this one that says Zentangle. Combine Zentangle and with dreadful. Ooh, make a dreadful Zentangle. That makes me think of like a Halloween type Zentangle. So I just made this sketch based off of the idea machine's suggestion of a dreadful Zentangle. So I drew this sort of haunted house on a hill in front of a graveyard, and then there's these zigzaggy lines coming out of it. So then I'd fill in every little shape with patterns like we did in our Zentangle project. That's just one idea. You can twist and recombine different words with different adjectives and create all kinds of different ideas. So here, letter art that is wabi-sabi. That's a Japanese philosophy of perfection in the imperfections. Letter art that is perfect in its imperfection. That makes me think of an art project about handwriting. I could make some kind of functional art that is dramatic. Functional means that you can actually use it for something. And then dramatic is like a lot of feeling, a lot of drama, like in the theater. So that makes me think of making like a costume or something like that. So you can use this idea machine to recombine all kinds of different pairs of words to help you start coming up with ideas. Now I'm going to show you how to take these flat pieces of paper and turn them into an idea machine. And I'm telling you now that you have permission to replay this part of the video on the smartboard as many times as you need. You do not need to stop and ask me if you can replay it. As long as I'm not speaking to the class on the microphone, you can replay it anytime. So you'll need your 2 pieces of paper. On this one, you write all of these different nouns that you find interesting. I got dogs, I got rap, rock, landscapes, sleep. And then over on this one, you write adjectives. On the back of this sheet are a bunch of different adjectives that relate to art. You can find ones that look interesting to you, or even just if you don't know what the words mean, pick ones that look kind of interesting, and then you can look them up as you create your idea machine. Besides these 2 completed papers, you will also need some clear tape. You'll need 2 pieces about the length of the bottom of your paper. Get one of your papers and along the bottom edge, stick the tape down so that the tape is half hanging off the end of the paper, and then the top half is sticking down on the paper. Now here's the tricky part. You flip it over, you bring the part with the directions up to the front, and then your tape will be up top on the back, and you're just gonna bring them together. If you cover up some of the directions, that's okay, because you've already done those directions. And then we stick it down. There's one half of the idea machine. Then with this piece of paper, you do the same kind of thing. You get your tape. Ooh, this is a little small. Get a little more tape, and I'm laying it down so that it is half on the paper and half off. That way it's stuck to the paper, but there's still a sticky edge that I can use to attach to the other side. Okay, so I flipped it over. I'm bringing the side with the directions up first, and then bringing back the tape end and sticking it down so that it's touching the directions or even covering the directions up. Now I got the two halves of my idea machine. I take the one that has this big black bar and stick it inside of the one that does not. And then I can start playing around with ideas. Ooh, maybe I could make some precise letter art. Precise means like very detailed and getting everything in the exact right spots. Ooh, that makes me think of making letter art that's kind of like mathematical. Functional art that is ephemeral. Ephemeral means that it like fades away. That it's here now and then will fade away quickly. Oh, that makes me think of how in India they create functional little cups that are not fired completely, and they throw them in the street when they're done because they'll turn right back into mud. Functional art that's caffeinated. Ah, that's kind of the same thing. A coffee cup, something like that. Oh, or it could even be like clothes that you wear when you feel super high energy and caffeinated. What about, ooh, a geometric representation of Soul Taco. Ooh, I could make all of the ingredients of a taco from Soul Taco with like 8-bit little pixel drawings. Ooh, I'm getting some ideas. Now you make your own and start combining different words to create different ideas. And then you can start sketching them out. All right, like I said, replay this video as many times as you need in order to see how to get this taping done. And I am now going to turn it over to the live Ms. Linsky for further directions. If you have any questions, please raise your hand at your seat rather than walking up to me. All right, good luck with your ideating.